for Jack. He stepped in last minute. It's his debut here in KSP, so
yeah,
let's see what happens.
And coming into a fight in that short notice, you as an experienced fighter, how is that when there's not really much preparations and game plan to be executed?
It's just, it shows that you've got heart, you know, like you've got to have heart to do that.
And here we are.
Let's go. Yeah,
Johan keeping his left
there
long.
From Johan. Good right. Combo.
Posting up, controlling Jack pretty good. Good counter punches, but Jack is moving smooth and relaxed.
Jack got him there with a right. You can tell there by that Johan's found his distance. You can tell he's fought like this before.
Yep. Good. And Jack is
finding his way. He's swinging. He caught him with the right before.
Fighting with confidence and looking slightly more relaxed in the body. Johan staying off a distance, short, over the top.
Johan's punches are making a lot more sense, though. I think, like, he's making them count, you know.
Yeah.
Them big long arms from a distance.
And you can see a difference here from the previous fights that they choose to stay composed and evaluate each other instead of just going forward.
Absolutely.
Johan setting up the 1-2, using his reach, but not really connecting at the moment. And Jack is just waiting, assessing. Good head movement.
Both very similar fighters. I mean, they throw the same punches. They're both sitting back a little bit as well, and they're not being. There's not one that's being like overly aggressive and stupid with their punches. They're both very smart fighters.
So a good overhand right connect from Jack, and it's pleasing to see the controlled pace in this first round.
Definitely.
This is how you survive in quality when it's a 3-round fight in bare-knuckle boxing.
Yeah.
And Jack
controlling them there with his jab.
Come a little bit low with his hands. Might be on purpose. Maybe baiting Johan a little bit. Johan connecting really good.
Good.
That straight right is working well.
It's a first round over. Very good fight, technical.
Yeah,
very similar fighters as well as being friends. They fight exactly the same. It almost looks like they spar with each other regularly, you know.
Solid 1-1 from Jack, and we can see Jack going a little bit like deeper with the rolls, working with his slip and slides, moving his head really well, I think, coming in a little bit lower, and Johan is using his reach with long straight punches. That's
now
a good
I think like once we've got that first round out the way and we see how they both fight, it's going to be a battle of stamina now. I think, you know, they're both technical fighters, very similar on how they fight. Now it's going to be who's the fittest, I think, to take it.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see how they work with the timing, and both fighters seem aware of using the ring and using the distance and the footwork to save energy, which is a good thing. Looking at the second round.
Round 2. Oh,
that's
very explosive,
punches.
Fast punches by Johan there.
Good counter from Jack. That straight right connects. Clinching up.
Neither of them look tired at the moment. They
moving well.
Very active, you know. So
Jack is working his feet in all angles, using the ring. Johan has control of the center, but that switches up quickly.
He caught one there.
Stiff jab from Jack. And a short left from Jack that counts as well. This is one of the interesting parts in the bare knuckle. Fighting, even the short punches or a stiff jab can make a huge difference. And let's see, like you said, now it's starting to be up to the fitness of both fighters. Johan's swinging quite wild, but keeps the pressure on. Jack is controlling his jab.
Jack is doing well there because Johan is trying to keep the distance with the jab, but Jack is grabbing his lead hand, you know, and that's important to use. Without gloves, you need to use everything you can. So Jack grabbing his hand there, it's good one by Johan there.
Yeah,
good combination.
And Johan keeps on pushing forward, using his long arms both to control Jack and to throw these long straight punches. Yeah, let's see who keeps the intensity and the power behind the shots the longest. I think that sooner or later we're going to see a connecting punch that makes a big difference for the rest of the fight. Good inside work from Jack.
You often see this at this weight class. You often see this. It goes the distance. You know, it's harder to get the finish earlier.
Yep. Yeah, and as we can see,
active.
long straight punches is working well for Johan, but that's a nice counter from Jack. By the end of the second round, we can see that both fighters looked pretty tired. Let's see who has the heart.
The hats off to Jack if he's took this fight on that short notice to be still as active and not look. I mean,
yeah,
not
that's
look absolutely dead is very impressive.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Seeing Jack coming in with a 1-day notice, taking this fight, and really bringing it to Johan. Here we see Johan connecting really well with a 1-2-1, yeah, those hits makes a lot of difference.
Now we're moving in to the last round here, so let's see who wants it more, I think.
Yeah, and now it's really about like preserving energy and then explode with everything you got and then retract and preserve energy. Both guys looking sharp again. Johan is out there with his long, stiff arm controlling Jack.
And like these guys know each other, you know, they're friends. So I mean, it's impressive to see that these two guys are friends. And they're fighting each other like that. It's really
says something. That's a clear hit from Jack with a left hook in Johan's face. This really says something about martial arts in general. We have an accidental low blow.
I think he got
a
jab to the nuts there. I think he got.
Looks like Johan's gonna need.
And you know, to get that in the first round and to get that in the last round it's not nice either way, but to get it in the last round when you're running on reserves is it's going to
beautiful
affect.
Though. We can see Johan here assuring everyone that I will not break the fight. Just give me a minute. I love to see that.
There we go again.
Beautiful camaraderie, and the boys are at it again.
A big overhand there by Jack. Good one.
Yeah. Overall, in the last round, it feels like Jack has been the one pushing forward, coming in with the heavier blows. But Johan keeps on staying dangerous, and you can see on the look of his face, he is connected to the fight. He is in there.
Yeah, definitely. He still wants it. Absolutely. I think he was a lot more active in the first two rounds, and that is showing now in the last.
Yeah. And we can clearly see the fatigue here. Especially from Johan, but Johan is in there throwing his long straight cross and some short effective punches.
Yeah, short uppercuts there. They're both feeling it now. You can
Jack
see on the faces.
As well.
There's no more game face. It's important to keep to not show your opponent that you're tired. You know.
Now it's just pure grit, pure
determination. Grit. Absolutely.
And just all about keeping the hands closed and throw with your knuckles and not just slap the last hits of the fight. Both guys getting in there.
Clinching now, you find that when you get that tired. But, they're both going for a toe-to-toe.
Head down and swing is Jack's strategy by the end of this fight. And that's the third round.
Brilliant.
Fantastic fight.
And friends as well, you know. They know each other, and like, for me personally, I couldn't fight a friend. I don't have the same killer instinct towards them, so for these to do it and still put on such a good show was amazing.
Yeah, and here we see Johan staying outside, Jack throwing a long straight cross, almost connects with it, and that's a good setup with a slap and straight right, but Johan is on him with it for straight clean punches. I mean, straight punches in bare-knuckle boxing is really an effective weapon. Such a small spear, end of the spear that you're throwing into somebody's guard.
I think it's almost the most devastating. Like a straight punch, even with gloves on, can be powerful, you know. So they're very predictable in bare-knuckle boxing to throw a straight punch, but when you do throw them, if it connects, it's game over.
Yeah.
It's game over.
How would you describe the defensive guard and block strategy when fighting bare knuckle?
For bare knuckle, you need to close the gaps. Whatever's going to hurt you more, you need to protect yourself for.
Yeah.
In my eyes. But for me, the type of bare knuckle boxer fight and the way I fight, I sit on the back foot. I try and keep away from it. So.
And now let's see. We have 3 rounds. Good hard fight. Massive respect to both of these guys. And we have a winner in the red corner. The guy who took the fight in 1 day notice, Jack. Incredible effort.